said last week that Kamala Harris is probably the blackest candidate we've had ever. For
Whoa.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Well, let me finish. Let me finish. In a very long time.
Right.
In a very long time.
Right. Correct that. Because she ain't as black as Congressman Chisholm or Reverend Jackson.
Well, I agree.
Okay, go ahead.
A very long time.
Right.
Of this generation. But
which generation?
I'm talking millennial. I'm talking.
Thank you. All right.
I'm talking my generation.
Hold up.
Talking my generation.
No. Let me help you.
Let me finish
my
thought.
Let me help you. If you're gonna say it again, why don't you say it in the last 3 election cycles?
Well,
there you go, right there. But don't say ever, because we know that ain't the case. But go ahead.
Well, last 3 cycles.
Go ahead.
Right? And the thing is this, right? What I've been arguing to people as a Republican is that let's not create a new hyper standard. You know, folk aren't holding Beto, Biden, Gillibrand, none of these other folk to this standard.
But remember, O'Rourke is not in, Biden's not in.
But they're pandering as if they are in.
No, but they're not in.
But what I'm saying is that
when you announce
the conversation around Kamala took place well before she got into the race. The conversations in Black Twitter around, oh, hey, her criminal justice record. Oh, hey, where's she at on this, that, and the third? When most folk couldn't even name something she did as a DA or AG for that matter.
But the intensity about one's record is totally different once you announce you're running for president.
I agree 100% with you there. But my argument is that if this is the energy that you're going to have for candidates, keep that same energy when all the white candidates get in who have actually, to the detriment, implemented rules, laws, and policies
like
that have hurt our policy, like the crime bill.
Monique, you go ahead.
I rolled my eyes across America at the not as black as. I'm already sick of it. I've been looking at 3 days worth of comments from everybody who wants to claim some proper rightful place in the black box that the white slave master put us in when they decided that if you weren't white, you were black. It is a social and legal construct. It was created by people who control the country who look like none of us. And they said, if you are other than us, you go in this box. So I'm not going to sit here and say that Senator Harris is less black than Reverend Jackson or less black than Shirley Chisholm or more black than Barack Obama. It is all at this point an irritant in my soul. We are all, according to this country, black. If one of us goes out on that street and gets stopped by a rogue cop, I guarantee you we'll all be equally black. Now, if she's going to run a campaign that is built on her record, she's going to have to explain some things. I understand, right, that as somebody who has a profession in the legal field, if you are a woman, it is harder for you than if you are a man. She's dealing with heat as a prosecutor, but frankly, the people who are getting that heat, they don't like prosecutors, period. If you put bras and sisters in jail, you're gonna get that heat. But what I've said to the people who have been saying things to me on social media is, they're like, but if you would run, it would be different because you're down for the people. I'm like, let me help you. If I was a defense attorney, which I am, all my life, there would be something to be said about me as a woman being a defense attorney and defending people and believing that the justice system means you get a proper defense. My sister and I right here have a good, healthy disagreement about what that means. So it's a womanhood issue. I can't say it any easier or harder than that. Eric Holder didn't deal with what Senator Kamala Harris is dealing with today. And he was a top cop. He was the highest cop in the land. And he was a prosecutor on every level before that. And he did not deal with the critique that she's getting from the HOTEP and the Emotep and the DOS and all of that mess today. It's an outrage.
She also was elected, Mike, in 2004. And I'm saying it for a reason, because, and again, so I need people to understand politics. She's elected in 2004, which is 15 years ago, okay? And when you're elected as a Democrat, as a DA, and you are going to seek higher office, there are different things that factor into decisions that you make. rightly or wrongly. Just like, so again, for everybody out there, so in 2004, or actually before that, Obama signed a questionnaire where he, as state senator, was fully supportive of same-sex marriage. Obama runs for the United States Senate. Then Obama is against same-sex marriage and said he believes marriage between a man and a woman. If you go back to the presidential debates in 2008, Joe Biden had the exact same position. Hillary Clinton had the exact same position. Fast forward to 2012, Biden gives an interview on Meet the Press endorsing same-sex marriage. Obama comes behind him in an interview with Robin Roberts and then agrees with that as well. Then all of a sudden you see popular opinion shift. I'm saying all of that is because decisions that individuals make 15 years ago were not the same decisions that prosecutors today would make. I'm not explaining away Senator Kamala Harris's record. What I am saying is that the politics has changed. The emphasis in the country has changed in 2019 when it comes to the issue of law enforcement than it was in 2004. And so I'm willing to look at somebody and asking those questions, the same reality that Joe Biden is going to get when it was 3 years ago that Joe Biden doubled down on his view about the crime bill 3 years ago. But when he spoke a week ago on MLK Day, he admitted that he regretted his vote. Why? Because he's running for office.
You know, Senator Harris, like everyone else, is going to start running, including the 17 folks that ran the GOP in 16. Everyone ran for a local office at some point along the line. Obviously, there's stepping stones. But the national debate is always much greater. Senator Harris had been in tough races. I know Speaker Brown made it seem like she had cruised through these victories. Those were tough races she had in California for all those races, and she won. Those were very difficult.
Barely won the U.S. Senate race.
And these issues, like the one with Speaker Brown, never came up. The issues about her prosecutory record never came up. But now the spotlight is a little different. I think, fortunate enough to know Senator Harris, she is extremely smart. She will be able to overcome this, just like every other person that runs will have a different spotlight on them, except maybe for Senator Biden. And then as they go through the process, you know, I'm a big fan of the Biden-Harris ticket. You know, that's what I believe in. I think that's
Biden-Harris or Harris-Biden?
Either one is fine with me. But either way, I think those are the two. And as you go through this process, this long process, everyone's going to have to answer some very difficult questions. Senator Cruz went way after Beto, but I'm sure there's some other stuff he's going to have to answer, assuming he gets in. Same with Senator Booker. He's going to have to answer some questions when he gets in. Everyone, and this is just her turn. Let me just go back to Speaker Brown. I just didn't like how he rolled it out without consultation with the person that matters, Senator Harris, before he made a statement.
Roland,
go ahead.
I agree with you in part that positions can change over time. There's 15 years, but there's something else that's changed, and that's the law. A prosecutor's obligation is to uphold and enforce the law of the land as it is. And, and the law of the land.
But that's not my point. Laws changing are also a result of the people shifting and climate change.
But that's a very different thing than her position changing, because when you look at her record from even back then, even though the death penalty was the law of the land, she never enforced it and asked for it. Even though she could have put people in jail for nonviolent offenses, she started a program to offer anti-recidivism and job training for people who had nonviolent offenses. So, and even when you look at the issue with the lab tech, people keep saying that the cases got turned over. No, she dismissed cases of people who were probably guilty because there was an issue with the evidence. So I think we have to get down in the weeds and understand what her job was. And there are people who just can't stand the job of a prosecutor.
Which is why, Avis, the point is, it was so funny. I did a video last week when I was talking about doing a real analysis in true vetting.
Right.
all these different people, all the ADOS folks, lost their mind, and then I'm gonna clap back. First of all, I don't care what the hell they do. I really don't. I mean, it's like if you want to go on your YouTube channel or your Twitter account and say whatever, that's fine. The point I'm making is every candidate is going to get a thorough vetting. Yeah. You've already seen Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard roll her deal out and apologize for her LGBT positions in Hawaii. Gillibrand, I'm telling Biden, just because he gave that speech at NAN, he is going to have to, if he decides to run, deal with that 1994 crime bill. And so what happened? But we also have to deal with the reality of the amount of sexism that existed against Hillary Clinton. Now, there are people who could not stand Secretary Clinton flat out. But we cannot deny that there were also folks who were like, no, I am not down with a woman being president. So that is also going to be a part of this whole conversation as well.
Absolutely. It's like a perfect storm. And, what I...
Black and woman. And prosecutor.
Exactly. So she has all of these sort of mountains she has to overcome.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
As I told you, of course, a lot of us are focused on getting healthy in 2019. And one of the ways we can do that is by doing the cleanse. So the last 20 days, I've been doing the D-Herbs cleanse. Lord have mercy. All raw vegetables, fruits, and nuts. And so hasn't been too bad. I've done it before. And so I ended up losing about 18 pounds total doing it. And for a lot of us, again, we're getting, for your core, you want to just be healthier, you want to have more energy. And so the folks at D-Herbs, they're partnering with us. And so what you can do is go to dherbs.com. You can actually use the promo code Roland if you want to do the cleanse. They have 27 different cleanses, and you can do some 10 days, some 20 days, some shorter, some longer. And so also they have it for weight loss, all kind of different cleanses that can help you out. And so we want you to, again, use the promo code Roland by going to dherbs.com.
Back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.